Hello everyone, welcome to the Forex trading workshop, and we're going to talk about the time of day, key numbers, and market indicators. And we're going to also talk about the 5 steps trading process. Okay, first we're going to start with the time of day. So you have 3 major trading sessions every day. First one is the Asian trading session, which is the white box. The following one after that is the Europe trading session, which is the blue box. And you have the US trading session, which is the yellow box. The Asian session lasts between 5 p.m. to 3:30 in the morning. The Europe session starts at 3:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the morning, ends at 8:30 in the morning. The US session starts at 8:30 in the morning and ends at 4 p.m. Now we have key numbers that we look at, which is the support and resistance levels, which is the highs and lows. Our support and resistance in the market for this specific market, today's market, which is Europe, this is the euro versus US dollar. The lows was 1.1121 and the high was 1.1172. So that's a 50 points movement for the day. Now, we let the market tell us where those are. We don't calculate them. And now moving on to the 5 steps trading process is number one, how to pick the right market. Number two, how to analyze the trade. Number three, is it a long or short trade, buy or sell position. And number four, risk versus reward ratio. Then we also have news trading as number 5. Starting with how to pick the right market. We look at the time of day, time of month, and time of week. We look at the news report because the market's news is the market's food. If it's a bad news, the market goes down. If it's a good news, the market goes up. As you can see right now, the euro is going down during the US session. There's a big sell going on here. That's why you see this big long red bar. Then we also have market synchronization that happens. If euro is down, it's down all across the market. It's down in the euro JPY. It's down everywhere else that has a euro pair up with it. So euro JPY is down, euro USD is down also. That's just how it goes. So those are market synchronizations. Then moving on to how we analyze the market. What is the weekly trend? What is the daily trend? Do they agree? Yes. If the weekly trend shows an uptrend, the daily trend shows an uptrend, then now we have an opportunity to buy. This is the Euro USD. They're both showing an uptrend. So Euro USD is on the rise. Even though the last hour it dropped tremendously, but that is during the US session. But 3 hours before, an hour before, it was on the rise. So overall, for the day, today's movement for the euro was an uptrend. long or short or out, what do we see? So today was a buying, was a long position for the euro. The euro went long. So therefore Euro USD was an uptrend. And we don't fight the trend. We just go by what the market, how the market is performing. And the daily chart agreed and the weekly chart agreed with us. So we went with that. You get paid the longer you stay in the trend. I like to stay very long. I like to stay a week, sometime a month. So I would not close that trade if I had gotten in during the Asian session, which you can see at the end of the Asian session, it went on the rise. And the day before, you can see it is on the rise. Now, going to risk versus reward. We look at the open. How far has it moved? We look at the last 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes bars. 1, 2, 3. It was a rise. It was an uptrend. This is a huge downtrend. Jesus Christ. But hey, that's how the market is. Europe is winning during the Euro session, and most of the time it loses during the US session because this specific pair is Euro versus US dollars. So the US dollar is in power during the US session. And that's what's happening right in front of your eyes. A big, huge drop, tremendous drop. I haven't seen a drop like that in a while. And I hope everyone closed that trade. Oh my God, yeah. Moving on. So, how to execute? Have you ever been in a trade and you had the right direction? You had a good idea where it was going, then you got stopped out, and the market went there anyways? That's because you have a stop loss. Your stop loss was a little bit too tight. Can you imagine you had a stop loss? Can you imagine you bought this trade during the Euro session and you had a stop, let's say you had a stop loss of 1.1142 and you bought it at 1.1152, you would have been stopped out big time, and you would have lost all of that pip right here, all those pips right here, unfortunately. So learning how to use stop loss properly is very important. As you can see, stop loss is not always your friend. So using it properly or not using it at all, both have advantages to it, and you can learn both, how to use it and how not to use it. Moving on to the learning how to trade the news. Every month there are big major economic news that affects the market, good and bad, both ways. Employment situation is released on a monthly basis. News is a market moving event. Some of the major news events are ECB, Europe Central Bank, and BOE, which is a Bank of England, and you have the NFP, which is the non-farm payroll by the US. Now, those are some of the most volatile news events of the month. So learning how to trade the news is very, very beneficial and very, very profitable. Now, by now, you're probably ready to get started, or you're ready to get more information. So please get back to the person that invited you to this video and get started for only $100 a month and learn the market with and by the students of the market, because you can never learn everything about the market. The market is constantly changing, so therefore you have to constantly learn, and the best way to trade is with a team. So I hope to welcome you aboard, and have a wonderful day. Peace.